In this video, we're going to begin our discussion with writing equations in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form of a linear equation is y equal to mx plus b, where m is a slope and b is a y-intercept. When writing linear equations in slope-intercept form, you need the slope and the y-intercept. Use the given information to write each equation in slope-intercept form. Well, because we're given both the slope and the y-intercept, we can write this out quickly. The only thing that changes every time is the slope and the y-intercept. The y will always be here, and the x will always be here. Okay, let's take a look at the next example. So now we're given the slope, and we're given a point that it passes through. This is not the y-intercept because the x-coordinate is not 0, so we need to calculate the y-intercept now. Using the ordered pair 6, -3, I'm going to substitute those in for x and for y. Add 12. And the y-intercept is 9. Now, I know the slope is -2. I know the y-intercept is positive 9. I can rewrite this. Okay, let's go to the next example then. So now we know the slope is 0 and it passes through this ordered pair. Again, this ordered pair is not the y-intercept, so we must determine what the y-intercept is. Plug in values for y, m, and x. So we can solve for b. 0 times -4 is 0. Add it to b, that is still b. Okay, so the slope is 0, the y-intercept is 5. We can reduce. 0 times x is 0, plus 5 is 5. Now, this is not surprising because we knew the slope was 0. We know that the equation is going to be a y equal to a number, and we know the graph of this is going to be a horizontal line. So let's write this out. So y equal to h is the equation of a horizontal line, and the slope of the horizontal line is 0. Okay, let's take a look at the next example then. So now we have a slope of -2/3, and it passes through this point. Again, not the y-intercept because the x-coordinate is not 0, so we need to calculate what the value of b is going to be. Substitute in. So let's multiply on the side. It's -8/3. Now, because I have a fraction, I'm going to multiply every single term by 3 to get rid of the fraction. Don't forget to multiply 3 by b also. 3's divide out. So add the 8. And then divide by 3. Now that I know the y-intercept and the slope, I can now write it. Now, for all these problems, you should use the ordered pair that is given, plug it into the equation to make sure that you get a true statement for each. I will not do that in this video, though. Okay, let's go to the next example then. Now, notice I have 2 points that's passing through, so I don't even have the slope. So that's the first thing I want to do. I want to calculate the slope. Now remember, the slope, that is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'll label these x1, y1, x2, y2. On the top, that is -4. On the bottom, that's 2, and that simplifies to -2. Now, it does not matter which ordered pair that I pick because the line's going to pass through both points. In this case, I'm going to choose 6, -7. right, so substitute values in. Now that I know what my y-intercept is going to be, I already know what my slope is. Let's write it. And again, you should check to make sure this ordered pair makes this a true statement, and this ordered pair to make sure it makes it a true statement also. Okay, let's do the next example then. So again, I have 2 points that the line is passing through, no slope. So I'm going to figure out what my slope is first. So again, I'll write out x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, now, again, it does not matter which ordered pair that you pick. In this case, I'm going to choose -1, -2. -1/5 times a -1 is a +1/5. So I'm going to multiply everything by 5 to get rid of the fraction. Again, don't forget to multiply the 5 by the b also. So we'll put that here. Subtract the 1. And then divide by 5. Okay, now that I have my slope here and my y-intercept here, I can write the equation. And we're done here. Okay, let's take a look at the next example. So again, I have 2 points that are on the line. Do not have a slope, do not have the y-intercept. So let's determine the slope first. So in this case, that's 5 minus 3 divided by 1 minus 1. Okay, so here we have no slope. Now, so we know the slope of a vertical line is no slope. And we also know that the equation for a vertical line is x equal to h, where h is any real number. Well, let's take a look at the x-coordinates. 1 and 1. So in this case, because we have no slope, right, and the x-coordinates are both 1, my equation here is x equal to 1. So I'm going to write this out now. So x equal to h is the equation of the vertical line, and the slope of a vertical line is no slope.